What is going on, Yankee fans? It is New York Sports Up here, and I am back at it with another New York Yankees post-series recap, and I apologize that I'm doing this video a day late. I wanted to do it last night before tonight's game against the Mariners, but I'm going to be doing the Yankees and Orioles post-series recap tonight, and we're going to talk about the Yankees-Mariners series 3 days from now. So we're just going to do it a day late. I apologize I couldn't get it out to you guys last night, but I was just very busy last night. I didn't have time to do it, so I'm doing it tonight. I'm also going to have a Knicks video talking about Kemba Walker, the Kemba Walker signing, the Evan Fournier signing, and the Knicks bringing back giving an extension to Julius Randle, as well as Nerlens Noel and Alec Burks. I'll have a video talking about the New York Knicks offseason so far coming out tomorrow, so make sure to stay tuned for that. But in this video, we're going to talk about the Yankees series against the Baltimore Orioles, a 3-game set at Yankee Stadium, and this was a very interesting series, and Game 1 was not a very good game for the Yankees, as Andrew Heaney made his Yankees debut, and this game was, like 4 days ago at this point, so I kind of forgot about this game, but the Yankees did lose this game 7-1, and Andrew Heaney looked great the first, 2 innings, and then got 2 outs in the 3rd inning, and then after that home run to Cedric Mullins, he completely fell apart. Gave up 3 more solo shots after that, and I don't think Andrew Heaney is, the worst pitcher in the world. I don't think it was a terrible pickup, but Yankee Stadium's just not the right stadium for him, especially going up against an Orioles team that's not a good team, but they can hit a little bit, and it was just not a good start for Heaney. His final line was 4 innings, 4 runs, 6 hits, 4 strikeouts. He wasn't very good. It probably should have been 5 if Gallo didn't make that incredible catch in left field, because the guy's just a great defender. If he didn't make that catch, it probably would have been 5 runs. He got smacked around the ballpark, had a really bad start. He was not very good. I don't think Andrew Heaney is going to be a part of the future. I really don't. I think this is probably his only year at the Yankees. And when Severino and Kluber get back, I don't even know if he'll be on the team at this point, because I don't really see him having a spot here. But again, Yankee Stadium's just not really the right stadium for him, because he gives up a lot of home runs, and Yankee Stadium's not the right stadium to, not the right stadium to pitch in if you're a home run pitcher. So, gave up a lot of homers, didn't pitch very well. As for the bullpen, Joely Rodriguez came in after him, and I didn't like the move that Boone made, bringing in Rodriguez after the, I think it was the 5th inning, brought him out for another inning. I didn't really understand that move. I thought you should have brought Litke in after Rodriguez got out of the jam in the top of the 5th. I thought you should have brought in Lucas Litke, and then, it would have kept the Yankees in the game. But he brought in Rodriguez, and he gave up 2 more runs. That made it a 6-1 game. He went 2 innings, gave up 2 runs, 2 hits. Not a great outing by him. And then Lucas Litke came in, pitched the top of the 7th inning. I don't understand why he didn't pitch the 6th. It didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. Bad move by Boone. He went an inning, no runs, no hits. If he was in the inning previous, the game probably would have been a lot closer, but Boone decided to bring in Rodriguez for another inning, and he struggled, gave up 2 runs, and then Litke came in, pitched to 0. I didn't really understand that move from Boone. Then Abreu came in, struggled a little bit, but went 2 innings, 1 run, 3 hits, and had 2 strikeouts. So it's good to see Abreu bounce back a little bit after that really rough outing against the Tampa Bay Rays. So, it was just one of those games. The only run they scored in this game was on let me scroll down here. And the only run they scored was on a sac fly by Rizzo in the 5th. They could not touch Jorge Lopez. I don't understand. It feels like whenever we go against Jorge Lopez, we can't hit him. There's always those one pitchers that's not a good pitcher at all, but they just shut down the Yankees. Like Eduardo Rodriguez, for example, who is not a bad pitcher, and I don't think his numbers are as bad as he really is as a pitcher, but Jorge Lopez came into this game with a 6 ERA. I know you could look at advanced stats, and maybe he's not as bad, and I understand he pitches in Camden Yards, which is not a pitcher's ballpark at all, but still, he's not a good pitcher, and the Yankees scored just 1 measly run off Lopez. You got to do better than that. This was a bad game, but we move on to the second game, and the Yankees needed this kind of win. When you play the Baltimore Orioles, this is how you should beat them. The Yankees won this game 13-1. They won this game by a dozen. They absolutely waxed them. Let's talk about this game. So, Garrett Cole was supposed to start this game, and as you already know, if you're a Yankee fan, you probably already know that Garrett Cole tested positive for COVID-19, which just sucks. It just sucks for the Yankees, because not only we're going to miss Garrett Cole as a pitcher, he's a great guy, and you just hate to see that happen. He ended up testing positive, so he's going to be out he's probably going to miss one more start after probably Luis Gil is going to go one more time, then Garrett Cole should be back, either for the White Sox series, or maybe the Royals series he'll be back, but he's going to be on the COVID IL, he's going to miss one more start, so it just sucks, man. It sucks not having our ace on this team. He ended up testing positive, and by the way, I hope he's doing alright. I don't think he has any symptoms, but I hope he's doing alright. I hope he recovers quickly, and hope he comes back to the team as soon as possible. But Luis Gil was called up from AAA, and if you're a Yankee fan, you probably already know this guy because this guy is a stud in our minor leagues. They called him up, and Luis Gil, in his first major league start, was awesome. 6 innings, no runs, 4 hits, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. Fantastic stuff from Gil. I really like this kid. If he's like, his next start, this probably won't happen, but if he, in his next start against the Seattle Mariners, if he pitches another game like that, you should consider him, maybe moving him in the bullpen. I'd rather have Luis Gil in the bullpen than a guy like Wandy Peralta, for example. This kid's stuff is electric. He throws heat. I really like Luis Gil. He pitched great. And you know who else? You know who I also like? Steven Ridings, 6'8", and he throws absolute gas. Goes an inning, gives up a hit, does not give up a run, and strikes out the side. He was brilliant in his inning of work. I want to keep Ridings up on the team too. Thought he was fantastic. And then the next pitcher, you've probably never heard of this guy. We called him up from AAA. His name is, I think it's Brady Coroner. I don't know how to say his name, but he came in. He was all right. 2 innings, 1 run, 2 hits. He pitched the 8th and 9th. It was already like a 12-run game, so it really didn't matter. But he had a pretty decent debut, and the Yankees ended up getting the win 13-1. Now, let's get into the fun part, and that is the offense. And this is the best game the Yankees offense had all year. Alexander Wells on the mound for Baltimore. Never even heard of this guy. I'm guessing he's a young guy. Called him up from AAA. He's only made like 3 starts in the big leagues. And he's pitching at Yankee Stadium. He's a contact pitcher. We had to smack this guy around. And we did. Starts off in the bottom of the second. We had a 2-out hit by Sanchez. And then Gleyber Torres rips a double into the gap. 1 run comes in to score. We're up 1-0. Great stuff. But we need to score more. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Runner at, I think, second base with nobody out. And DJ LeMahieu, it's a double. Allen comes around to score. It's a 2-0 game. There we go. Let's keep it going. Next up, Anthony Rizzo. He singles. LeMahieu goes to third, or LeMahieu scores, rather, and then Rizzo goes to second on the throwing error because Mullins threw it and hit the bag. So, an RBI for Anthony Rizzo, and it's 3-0 Yanks. Then, Giancarlo Stanton. He singles. Rizzo comes around to score. It's a 4-0 game. It's a hit parade at this point. Then Gary Sanchez doubles. And then Judge comes around to score because I think he walked. That made it a 5-0 game. Then Wells got the yank. Gleyber Torres hit a sac fly, made it a 6-0 game. That was hit off Adam Plutko, former Indian. And that made it a 6-0 Yankee lead. Then we go to the bottom of the 4th, 1st and 3rd, 2 out. And Giancarlo Stanton hits a 3-run short porch shot. 3-run shot. Yankees are up 9-0. We busted this thing wide open. We needed that to happen. Stanton hit the icebreaker, and now we're up by 9. We go to the top of the 8th, rather. Ryan Mountcastle with a double. Mullins comes around to score, makes it a 9-1 game. And then we go to the bottom of the 8th, where the Yankees just poured it on. Tyler Wade, it's a 2-run double, makes it an 11-1 game. And then Rizzo grounds out, makes it 12-1. And then Aaron Judge, why not pad your stats? It's a solo shot, makes it a 13-1 game. And that was all she wrote. Yankees won the game 13-1. They won the game by a dozen. When you play Baltimore Orioles and you're facing off against this Wells kid, you should beat the team up. And they did. 13-1 your final score, and the Yankees even up the series. And they go for the series win the next night. And they ended up getting the series win against Baltimore. Let's break down this game. So Game 3, Jameson Taillon got the start, has been fantastic as of late, and didn't have his best stuff in this game, but he was yet again fantastic. 6 1/3, 2 runs, 3 were earned. No, I'm sorry, 3 runs, 2 were earned. There we go, 4 hits, 1 walk, and 10 Ks. The 2 runs he gave up in the first, just kind of like dinky hits that just fell in. That's really all it is. You saw the hit by Austin Hayes, just a little looper that fell in. He got very unlucky. And he's been getting unlucky a lot this season. But Jameson Taillon, again, brilliant. He was brilliant. 6 1/3, 10 Ks, fantastic. I don't care what team you're facing. It's still a major league lineup. He carved them up. He was fantastic. ERA now down to 4.04. That is the AL pitcher of the month right there. He was awesome. And then Luis Gil came in, got the W in the game. He went 2/3 of an inning, gave up no runs, 1 hit, got the big double play of Maikel Franco. Great job by Luis Gil. Clay Holmes continues to be great. He went an inning, no runs, 1 hit, and had a strikeout. I'm not a fan of giving up Hoy Park, but again, Clay Holmes has been fantastic for this team. He's been really, really good, really, really promising. And then Albert Abreu came in, pitched the 9th. We were already up 12 runs, really didn't matter. He went an inning, no runs, no hits, had 2 strikeouts. Good job. And the Yankees won the game 10-3. Now, let's break down the offense. And the game did not get off to a good start, of course. The Orioles scored 2 runs in the first, and then Mountcastle with a solo shot in the 4th. It's a 3-0 game. The Yankees did not have a single hit off Matt Harvey going into the bottom of the 4th. And Harvey had a scoreless streak on the line. And Anthony Rizzo broke his streak. Hit a solo shot, made it a 3-1 game. Then next up, the Oriole killer, Gleyber Torres, not having a good season whatsoever, but he is still the Oriole killer. He had a base hit and then brought Gallo in after he walked. That made it a 3-2 game. Bottom of the 5th inning, DJ LeMahieu coming up clutch and tying the game up at 3 apiece after Higgy led off the inning with a double. DJ singled him in, tied the game up at 3. Huge hit for DJ. We go bottom 7, and this is the inning where they went crazy. First and second, nobody out. DJ LeMahieu up at the dish, who had 2 hits already. No, I think he had 1 hit already. He had 1 hit. He had 3 hits in the game. He had 1 hit coming into this at-bat. And he gets a huge base hit up the middle, bringing in Jonathan Davis, new Yankee. Made it a 4-3 game. Davis did not start. He just came in to pinch run for, I think it was Higashioka. DJ singles. We're up 4-3. DJ coming up clutch. You love to see it. Then, bases loaded. 2 outs. It looked like the Yankees were about to flounder these guys. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Stanton hits a ball off the end of the bat. A little looper. It looked like it was going to be a pop-up that was going to be caught, and it finds grass. 3-run score. One of the luckiest hits I've ever seen, but we'll take it any day. 3-run double for Giancarlo. Yanks up 7-3. Then Gleyber Torres, the Oriole killer, doubles down the line, makes it an 8-3 game. Then bottom of the 8th, DJ pads his stats, gets a 2-run double, makes it a 10-3 game off the rookie Dustin Knight, and the Yankees win the game 10-3. Another much-needed blowout win for the Yanks. They take 2 out of 3 from Baltimore. After that stinker in Game 1, they had to come back and win the next 2, and they kicked the hell out of Baltimore the next 2 games. That is what you need to do when you play teams like the Baltimore Orioles. You have to beat up on the bottom feeders, and that's exactly what they did. Take 2 out of 3 from Baltimore, and they had a great win tonight, beating Seattle on that huge 3-run shot by Joseph Nicholas Gallo, Jerry Callo. If you know the movie My Cousin Vinny, you know what I'm talking about. My man Joey Gallo had a big 3-run bomb. If you saw his post-game interview, he said, if I was 10 years old, I'd be crying right now because he grew up a Yankee fan. I'm happy for him. I'm happy he got his first Yankee homer, and we needed a hit in the worst way, and he got more than a hit. He had a 3-run shot, gave the Yankees a 5-3 win. And we'll talk about that win and the rest of the series in my New York Yankees Seattle Mariners post-series recap coming up after Sunday's game. We'll recap the Yankees-Mariners series. We'll talk about Joey Gallo's big home run. We'll talk about whatever happened throughout the rest of the series between the Yankees and the Mariners in Sunday's video, right, guys? So that is going to do it for this Yankees video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to stay tuned tomorrow for a Knicks video. If anything happens that's big news when it comes to the Giants, I'll talk about it. So really the only thing that's to talk about right now is Kenny Galladay's injury, which is just very unfortunate. But thankfully he won't be missing any of the season, which is good. He might miss some preseason games, but he should be fine for week 1, so that's good. I'm not going to make a video on that. I don't want to make a specific video talking about injuries, so I'm not going to do that. But Kenny Galladay did go down with a hamstring injury. He's going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks, which just sucks. But Giants football, baby, right around the corner. I cannot wait. And if you watched the Hall of Fame game, drop a like on the video because I did too. It was a pretty exciting, not a very exciting game actually. It was very boring. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure to stay tuned for my Knicks video tomorrow, and I'll talk to you guys then. Peace, go Yankees, go Giants, and go Knicks.